Hey guys, welcome to the GamesCast with Highlight and ZOneNOnly, where we talk about what's up and what's new. How you doing, Z?
Not too bad, mate. Yourself?
I'm doing just fantastic.
Sweet.
We got some great things to talk to you guys about today. Well, first of all, Z, what is new with your videos, and what's new with you personally?
Well, the last Great Pyramid video went up today, in fact, on the day of recording this. So episode 14, the finale, is out on my channel. We've still got the race going between me and you, which I'm going to beat you at. And coming out very, very soon, probably on the 19th, I think will be my first SimCity playthrough. So
SimCity?
SimCity. Yep, doing a bit of SimCity. I'm not very good at it, so I'm going to need all of your guys' help. If you know anything about SimCity, even if you don't know anything about SimCity, if you have an educated guess, then tell me about it, because, I'm pretty lost at the moment. And I have a very big secret coming up about a new series that will be coming out very, very soon, so that's going to be good fun. Gasp, yep.
I'm excited.
Gasping. What about you, though? What are you doing?
Well, pretty much video-wise, I will be starting Battlefield 3 and Call of Duty Black Ops 2 videos. Battlefield 3 will be just more of me and friends going in and just being typical badasses. And then Call of Duty will be more of trolling, and we will do specific squad setups, as in you guys will choose, all you guys have to go in with a crossbow, and you do a whole game with just crossbows, nothing else, and our whole squad will do that, and I feel like that'd be a load of fun. You guys would enjoy it, and that's pretty much all that's new with me.
That sounds pretty sick.
Yes. So, while we're on the topic of SimCity, when you were talking about it, what is your opinion of it? Because I've heard that the online thing is not going great. What are your thoughts?
There's a lot of controversy between it all. I've never had a problem with EA. I've liked all of EA's games. Well, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much all of them. I mean, I even liked Spore back in the day, and that had a lot of hate. As far as SimCity goes, though, specifically, I'm really enjoying the game. The game is actually really good, and as soon as they've got the bugs that are in the game, once they've got them sorted out and squashed, then it's going to be the game to have. It's going to be the game of the year. The whole creative side, the artistic side, is what really appeals to me. The downsides, the negatives of it, is because everything is stored on in the cloud. Nothing's stored on your computer. So if they mess up, which has happened to me twice since having the game, your cities are gone. Your whole region is gone, and you have to start completely from scratch. But at the end of the day, EA are trying to work very, very hard on it, or are working very, very hard on it. We've got regular updates coming out on it, and it'll all work out. It'll be worthwhile. So luckily I've only been doing some practice cities, so nothing's been lost, but I will get a little bit annoyed if I do lose the city that will be going on my channel. Which is, even if I do lose it, it's just something that... Oh, I can hear you.
You there?
Yep.
Alright, cool. Yeah, so, sorry for those technical difficulties. Seems to be some connection issues at the moment, but...
Yeah, my cheap United Kingdom internet.
Oh, yeah. UK. Jesus.
So where did I get up to? Did you hear all of that then, or?
You kept going on about SimCity. You cut out about how over time it will become a quality game of the year type deal.
Yeah. So it'll be game of the year for sure. As I said, the artistic side really appeals to me, and if my city is lost, that will be going onto my channel, then it'll be a bit of a gutting situation. But it doesn't take too long to build a city to pretty much exactly the same as what it was, so it's not going to be too much of a problem. But it's only happened twice, and the last time it happened was actually very early on, and I haven't had any problems since with it. So far it's been going really well. They've sorted out all the AI trouble, or I haven't seen any trouble with the AI, and I'm really enjoying it now.
That's good. A lot of people seem to be having issues with that whole cloud saving thing.
Yeah.
just seems like a big issue.
Well, they've done it for the pirates, you see, so you can't download it, you see, because you need a constant online connection to it, and most torrented games you have to keep offline. You either have to turn your firewall on to stop it from connecting to the internet, or something like that. So making a game that requires constant internet connection is actually a clever way of stopping people from pirating it, and then having no data stored on your computer. It's great because it keeps all the data that is to do with the game to a minimal, and then they keep the rest of it. So it's made it pretty much impossible to crack. I don't think that there is a crack out for it. So
yeah, it seems like a good idea once they get all the bugs fixed, and I'm pretty sure it will become quite a success when that happens.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they've got to start somewhere. Some company had to do it first. Unfortunately, it was EA, and EA don't have the best reputation altogether, at least at the moment. That they've been making some really silly decisions, but now what's his name has stepped down from directing the company. All they need to do is get the next guy to do the exact opposite to what they've been doing for the last 4 years, and they'll be a really successful company again.
Yes, speaking about EA, they were named the worst company of the year.
Yeah.
So, and I'm pretty sure that's multiple nominations for that. So,
yeah.
But moving on, Bethesda, they are saying that they are going to make more noise this year. What could it be? They're already coming out with Elder Scrolls Online, an MMO for the PC.
That looks sick.
What do you think it could be?
Well, Fallout 4, or the new Fallout, whatever it's going to be, hasn't been announced, but it is 100% coming out because there was a guy who done the voice to one of the ones in Fallout 3. I think he was a black geezer in Fallout 3, and the actor who done the voice for him posted a tweet saying that he's done the voice for the new Fallout. Anyway, about an hour later, the tweet was taken down. So
seems suspicious.
So yeah, there's definitely a Fallout 4 coming out, because the voices have already been acted. So I expect that they're just adding some bits, filing some stuff off, and then they'll announce it, and then probably next year it'll be released.
Yes. That seems to be the most demanded game from Bethesda fans.
I really enjoyed New Vegas.
Yes, I've actually never played a Fallout game, but if Fallout 4 does seem to come...
You've never played a Fallout game?
I've never played a Fallout game.
Really? Well, really? Man, you're missing out. I must admit, I played a little bit of Fallout 3. I didn't do an awful lot of it. I never played the first one. I never played the second one. And then when Fallout 3 came out, I played a little bit of that. I didn't really get far into it. And it lost my attention, and everybody was saying, oh, it's a great game, it's a great game. But that was at the time that Oblivion was out, and I was just like loving Oblivion. I mean, I love the Elder Scrolls game. I've played ever since Daggerfall, because I'm older than you. So,
yeah.
And then Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim. So when New Vegas came out, I went, you know what, I'm going to give this a really good crack. And I loved it. I mean, I've played through that. It's the only game that apart from Oblivion, that I have had like 6 full playthroughs of it.
Yeah, another thing, they did release a photo. It is glowing barbed wire, and that is very interesting. You have people tweeting that it may be another Wolfenstein game, or possibly Rage 2. So...
yeah, Wolfenstein... I played the original Wolfenstein, and then I played the one that they made for the 360, and that was horrendous. I mean, that was probably the worst game that I've ever played, and that's saying something. I've played a lot of games, so I hope it's not another Wolfenstein. And Rage I've never played.
I played a Rage demo because I was planning on getting it because it looks awesome in the trailer, but when you get to it, it reminded me of like at least firing guns and health regeneration stuff. It reminds me of a lot of Halo, and you can fire about a full clip into an enemy, does not kill them, and obviously not my style.
Yeah.
I got a tweet here. It says it's from Arthur, guys. Hey, DC Deacon, it's not fair to tease me with potential fallout. My heart can only take so much. And he tweets back, are you talking about the Vine thing, as he's talking about the photo? And he says, guess again. So, maybe not Fallout 4?
It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, we're going to have to wait and find out. But more on Bethesda, they did announce that there will be no more Skyrim DLC coming out for the rest of the year.
Yeah, that really surprised me. Does that mean no DLC at all, or does that mean just for the rest of the year?
I believe that means no more Skyrim DLC at all, which it was really surprising because I expected them to make more add-ons. Cause
I expected one
two
more.
Or three.
Yeah, I expected one more. That really threw me when they said that.
Yeah, and then they've been putting on little updates here and there. I believe they had a major update about 2 months ago. I'm not quite sure on the specifics, but yeah, that's about Skyrim. And I put about, I think, 150 hours in the one character, and I know a lot of people have put a lot more since there's about 900 hours total you can play in the game. So,
yeah,
a little bit, a lot of memories on that game, a lot of memories.
Yeah, I played a little bit of it on the 360, but then I got really interested in the mods for it, so I got the PC version. And yeah, I mean, some of the mods that you can do on there, I mean, a mod just came out very recently where it has completely redesigned the whole game into what looks like Far Cry sort of look.
Oh, like a tropical kind of look.
Yeah, it's called Tropical Skyrim. It retextures the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah, there's dinosaurs. Every single enemy is new. You've got like T-Rexes and little dinosaurs and little ankle biter ones. Yeah, it just like makes Skyrim cross with Far Cry, do you know what I mean? It cross Jurassic Park, and it just looks epic. So I'll have to have a look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, you put some gameplay up of that. That seems extremely interesting.
Yeah.
Other thing is about Batman Origins, the new game coming out. I believe it's called Batman Arkham Origins. It'll be coming out this fall, I do believe. You ever in the Batman games?
I haven't played any Batman game, to be honest, apart from back on the Amiga. I don't know if you ever heard of the Amiga. Amiga begins with an A, and that baby used floppy disk drive. It was that old, yeah. And I played a Batman on there, and I remember like there was this grapple hook that you could fire out, and it was just like a line of pixels that would just like shoot out in front of you. So yeah, and that had 5 floppy disks. So you would start the game up with floppy 1, and it would get caught through the loading screen, and you had to put floppy disk 2 in, and then that would get it to half. Floppy disk 3 would get you to 75%, and then floppy 4 would load the game, and then once the game was loaded, you then had to put floppy 1 back in to start like level 1, and then halfway through level 1 you'd swap it to floppy 2. You know, and that's how we used to play games back in the day.
Geez, seems like some old stuff.
Yeah.
Way too old for me. Well, they announced the villain in it would be Black Mask. He did make a cameo in Batman Arkham City. I never did play that one, but I did own Batman Arkham Asylum for the PS3, and I had some good fun on that.
Yeah.
So that's some news. I'm not sure if you're familiar with any of the DC Comics characters at all, but
not much DC. I didn't really do a lot on DC or any superheroes. I was never into superheroes when I was younger either. I mean, I've seen all the Spider-Man films, and I've seen all the Batman films, and all of this sort of stuff. But as far as the games of them went, I don't like playing games that are from films sort of style.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. Speaking of films, Prince of Persia, Climax Studios might be just coming out with a new Prince of Persia game. There's a possibility they released some images that looks like Prince of Persia, and we're used to Ubisoft coming out with the Prince of Persia games. I know Prince of Persia is similar to Assassin's Creed, but I've never played it. Have you ever played a Prince of Persia game?
Yes, I did a long time ago, back on the original Xbox, I think it was the last one that I played.
Any good?
Yeah, I did like it. I mean, I think I had the trilogy at one point of them, or the 3 games, I think, and I never got around to playing them.
Jeez. Seems like an opportunity to dust off the old Xbox and plug it in, innit?
I've still got the old Xbox. It's still plugged in the other room.
Really?
Yeah.
Some back to the past stuff right there.
That's it, yeah, way back Wednesday.
Yeah, I was always a Nintendo guy before Xbox. I had never owned any other console, and then I used to just stop playing video games right when the Xbox came out because I just stopped for about 2 years, and then my brother finally got me into Halo 3, and that's what got me hooked.
Yeah. Something I found out the other day. Do you remember LucasArts?
Oh, yes.
They shut down.
Really?
Yeah, when because Disney have bought the Star Wars, yeah?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, Disney went into LucasArts and said, "You're all fired." And they shut them down instantly. They were in the middle of making a new Star Wars game as well.
Yeah, I did hear about the new Star Wars games that are potentially coming out. Star Wars 1313.
Yeah, that's what they were making. It's not coming out now.
Really?
Yep, they shut it down.
Oh man, that's really bad because I know the Old Republic had a pretty good reception.
Yeah, I used to play Phantom Menace back on the PC.
Phantom Menace.
Yeah, the Phantom Menace was the one that I used to have, and that was on a computer. The tower was about a meter tall.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was like 256 meg of RAM. That was like top notch, yeah.
I think I actually used to have that for the OS.
Yeah?
Now I think about it, I did own a Star Wars game back then when I was probably around maybe 10,
Yeah,
9.
They were really good games. I used to get stuck when I used to get to Anakin Skywalker.
And then Battlefront. I remember Battlefront. I used to play at a friend's house all the time.
No, never played that.
It was kind of like it's just like an ongoing team deathmatch between like clones and the troopers and whatnot.
That sounds pretty sick.
Yeah. Another news. Arma 3 is not coming to console, specifically the PS4 is what they stated, so we can only assume that they will not come to any console at all, which is really disappointing because I've always been interested in playing the Arma series, but never gotten around to it.
Trouble is with PC war games that come to console is that they're so well done on PC that when they come to console we just don't have enough buttons.
Yeah, not enough on the controller.
Yeah, I used to play Red Orchestra, and that was by far the best ever war game, ever, anywhere, ever. You could lean in and out of cover, so you'd be behind a wall and you could just lean out instead of like walking out on Call of Duty. You just lean out. If you were shot in the hand, it would like shoot your gun out of your hand. If you were shot in the knee, you would have to crawl. You could get your legs blown off with grenades and you would just like stagger and hop. And it was just mental, But when it comes to console, no console is powerful enough yet. I mean, the new generation might be, but I mean, what sort of button combination would we have to hold down to be able to do that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I'd get confused when I have to hold down 2 buttons at the same time to do something.
Yeah.
That's why I never done Street Fighters and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I've never really been into fighting games.
No.
For PC, the only game I remember that was a shooter was Unreal Tournament 2004. That was one fun game. There's a ton of mods on there. I mean, I knew how to mod, and I was only probably 11 years old when I used to play that game. Yeah. And it was just an intense, fun game. A lot of more stuff you can do on there than what you can do on console, which is a lot to say since that game has been out for almost 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. I think the first-person shooter game that I played was Doom.
Doom.
Mm-hmm.
There's one game that used to scare the crap out of me when I was a young kid. I think it was Quake.
Yeah.
Used to play that on the OS, and oh my, I would crap my pants.
Yeah.
Like I should have not been playing that game at such a young age. So something we're familiar with is of course Minecraft for Xbox 360 edition.
Yep.
We can talk about Title Update 10. What's new with that since you're the expert?
Title Update 10 was quite interesting in the fact that nothing was new on it, obviously. It was just a bug fix update, which I get quite annoyed about in a way, because if not being offensive to them or putting them down, but if they actually done what they were supposed to do, then Title Update 10 wouldn't have been necessary. You know, the lighting bugs were a huge oversee. I mean, I don't know if they test the updates before they put them out or before they send them to cert testing, because within minutes of us playing, we realised you can tell when you're mining that there's something wrong. Do you know what I mean? And it's like,
yeah,
it wouldn't,
like 3 minutes in the race to the end, and I noticed it instantly.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and it's just like, well, couldn't they spend half an hour testing, 5 minutes testing what they had updated to see if they had messed anything else up? I just can't see how they can miss something as big as that. I did get a comment on my video today saying that the slowdown caused by explosions from TNT and creepers that they said that they had fixed hasn't been fixed.
I've experienced that in Race to the End as well. The creeper would it'd get bigger, like it was about to explode, and I'd run away, and it'd stay like that for about 5 minutes, and I couldn't do anything about it. I just sit there and watch it, pretty much.
Yeah, I've never seen that. I did have one on Race to the End where I was taking down an Enderman, and then a creeper was coming up behind, and I turned around to see this creeper, and you should have seen the speed it was coming at me. Whoa!
Really?
I have never seen nothing like it, man. I mean, its little legs were going and everything. It was absolutely crazy. I thought it was supercharged at the start, but then I'm pretty sure that supercharged creepers aren't actually in the game, at least yet.
Yeah.
But all the stuff that they've done is important stuff, fixing the silver life profiles and getting that error message when loading a save. That's something that I can see why they overlooked. I mean, I expect that all the people at 4J will have gold membership, so I can't see, I can't see why the problem was with silver membership. I don't think that it was entirely a problem with 4J. I think it might have been a Microsoft problem as well, because it was on the
Service alert.
Service alert, wasn't it? Yeah, as well.
Yeah.
Frame rate slowdown in the end has been fixed as well, so when we get to the end to kill the Ender Dragon on our series, hopefully we won't have as much lag, at least, on it.
Yeah.
They fixed the crash when placing lots of item frames with maps inside. Why that would crash the game, I don't know, but they fixed that. And then a bunch of other stuff, the collisions at the top of the ladders. We can now stand on the top of the ladders. Dispensers can now suck up water and lava back into an empty bucket in a dispenser, and a load of other random stuff. So that's all
there
good.
were quite obvious issues too. It's kind of hard to believe that they wouldn't even catch any of them.
Like playing the correct sound on hitting the Ender Dragon. It's like, well, surely they saw it. Do they just go? They make the update and then we all bug them so much, bugging them, bring it out, what's the wait, that they just go, you know what, have an unfinished update. And then they just send it out, and they're like, right, now they're going to complain at us. We've got about a week of nothing before they start complaining, and then we can put out TU10 and make it look like we've fixed everything, when actually we just put out a half-finished update.
Yeah, they honestly, I am quite impatient when it comes to updates, but if they can, just wait it out, get everything fixed, make sure there's no important, big, noticeable bugs like there was, and just take your time.
Yeah. Yeah, take your time, get it properly, you know. And I wish that they would put things in that are useful to the game. You know, why put the new gravel texture in when we haven't got upside down stairs?
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? They're putting things in that we don't really need and keeping things back that we want, and then putting new items in but don't have their full abilities, like the wooden button. They put the wooden button in, which are meant to be able to be activated with an arrow, and they're not.
Yeah.
You know, why put a button in with a different texture?
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and clearly all that won't be using for design purposes.
No. What do you think about texture packs?
Texture packs, it's an interesting thing, because if you think about it, they won't be released in HD because Minecraft is not fully capable in HD for Xbox yet.
Yeah.
But on the new consoles, hopefully it will be released in HD. But I assume they will put in at least a few, like 3 or 4, for us to choose from. But I do believe they will come at a cost.
Oh yeah. 120 Microsoft points is my estimate.
Yeah. They won't be too much since 4J isn't like that, since they're pretty lenient on seeing how much PC and Xbox differ. So
yeah, they do like their microtransactions, so
yes, they do.
They do like their skin packs. I mean, they've even got dashboard backgrounds for the old dashboard. You know, it's like
really,
yeah. It's like, wait a minute, this game came out with the new dashboard, and you put. We can buy backgrounds that aren't even for the dashboard that was released with the game. I don't understand that.
Yeah, it's quite silly.
As far as HD go, I don't really mind about it being HD. You know, I wouldn't mind a 32 by 32 texture pack. You know, it's not HD. It gives a little bit more detail. I wouldn't even mind because, you know, they're 8 by 8, aren't they, at the moment? I don't think the default is 16 by 16, is it? It's 8 by 8. And, you know, I wouldn't mind if they had different 8 by 8 ones. Just something that looks different to the default one. I like most of the textures in the default one. I don't like gravel. In fact, I think that the new gravel texture is absolutely ghastly. But, do you get it? Ghastly?
I see what you did there.
See what I did there? The brick one is the only one that annoys me. You know, I think if they had a better brick texture, it wouldn't even be that hard to do. I mean, just darken the bricks up.
Yeah.
Do you know
brick
what I mean?
Really does not go well with anything right now.
Yeah, or even change 1 or 2 bricks on the texture so when you actually put them into the wall, it has some depth to it. You know?
Yeah.
I don't see any houses with all red bricks in. You know, it's quite annoying. If you could have any update like that has never came out for PC, but have it on Xbox, what would you have? Like a completely unique that has never been said before.
You meaning like exclusive, Xbox 360 exclusive?
Yeah.
Well, this one, I'm sure it's been said many times before. Sharks, hostile water mobs, I think that would be absolutely sick.
Yeah, hostile water mobs would be absolutely epic. You know, and if they added sharks in, then they would have to add, you know, they have like the temples in the jungles and the deserts on PC.
Yes.
Then I think if they added sharks as a hostile mob, then they should have like sunken pirate ships.
You were reading my mind.
Wouldn't it be sick?
That would be absolutely awesome. And you can go down there and just find like hidden chests and stuff like that.
Yeah, with gold and diamond and booty, you know.
Yes.
I think it would be sick. I think if I could have any update now, this is me being me, is my aesthetic creative side, but I would like paint in the game. So
that would be very interesting.
So it could be used similar to dye, so you would use the same dyes to make a pot of paint. So you'd get a bucket and dye, and you would make a bucket of paint. You know, a pot paint. And then, like, wool is handy because of all the different colours, but I hate the texture on it. I want a clean block. So if they could get something like an iron block, because it's fairly clean looking, but I don't like the edges around them. So then we could make rooms with painted walls on them.
Mm-hmm.
And you could have a red wall and a white wall, and it would be completely red, and you would see no joins in the textures. It would be just a solid white wall, as one idea. But as a bigger one that I won is, I don't know if you've ever played Feed the Beast.
No.
On Feed the Beast, they've got micro blocks, and basically, if you get a wooden plank, like your normal wooden plank, yeah, and then you can make different types of saws. So you've got your iron sword, your diamond saw, stuff like that, yeah. And you'd put in the crafting bench. If you put the saw above the wooden block, it would cut the wooden planks into 2 verticals, half slabs.
Really?
And if you put it to the side, then it would make them into half slabs. But then you can cut them again and make them into quarter slabs. You can cut them again and make them into 8 slabs. And then once you've got 8 slabs, you can then put the saw on top, and you could make it into like half of an 8th slab. And you can make any size block you want, all the way down to like a little tiny cube. And the detail that you can get into some buildings is crazy. You know, you can make windowsills with them and drainage on the front of houses.
Seems like something that a lot of map creators would really like. That actually sounds quite interesting.
Yeah, I mean, if they could get that out, it's in Feed the Beast. I watch a couple of YouTubers that do Feed the Beast, and one of them who's a really good builder. Well, I like his build. He's not known as a really good builder, but when he builds something, it's really nice. And he's just got so many building styles that he can manipulate, and when he uses these micro blocks, it's just orgasmic.
Yes. If you want to go on the topic of title update 11, what are your thoughts on what could go into there potentially?
Upside down half slabs. Upside down half slabs, upside down stairs, and redstone lamps. That's all I want. That's all I care. And then as far as that goes, jungles will be nice, but jungles will be in title about 12 or 13, I expect. That's a huge update. I mean, a whole biome is big,
Yeah.
And then they would have to add cats and stuff like that. I think iron golems would be a good one to add. Not that there's much point on adding iron golems when you can only have like 8 villagers.
Mm-hmm. I agree with everything you said, but I do actually think jungles will be in this next update due to the fact that they were rumored to come out months ago, like a long time ago. And
yeah, but even
PC
didn't get jungles till in Minecraft days, quite recently. If you like, in the lifespan of Minecraft, PC got them recently, if you like. I mean, it's a huge update. They've got to redo the generation. They would then have to redo the whole generation of the map because of the size that we have. And already, we get biomes the size of a large house sometimes, There's a grasslands on our race to the end, which is no longer than 50 blocks.
Really?
Yeah, and if a jungle spawned in 50 blocks, we would have like 2 trees.
Mm-hmm.
And that would suck.
It would definitely be a lot to add in.
Yeah, I mean, a good jungle biome has to be big. I mean, you have to be able to not be able to see out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And at the moment, no matter where, even if you're in a forest biome on the 360, you can pretty much see out of the biome.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you don't want that with a jungle biome. I don't want to be in the middle of a jungle biome in my tree house and be able to see a snow biome next to me.
Mm-hmm. Nobody likes those snow biomes. They're ugly.
Yeah, nobody likes snow biomes.
Another thing I thought would be quite interesting, since they have been adding in stuff from the newest updates, such as Nether bricks. Those have came in the newest update. If they add in some stuff that has recently come out as well, I think that would be really cool. If they really mix it up a bit. If they don't add jungles, I do see them adding in a bunch of smaller things, such as what they did with the end update, title update 9, adding in item frames and all those tiny things that people would like. I see them doing that if the jungle is not an option.
Yeah, just to make people happy, sort of thing. Which
Yeah.
you know, I'm pretty much guaranteed that upside down slabs, upside down stairs, and glowstone lamps will be in it, because there's something that should have been in it a long time ago, especially glowstone lamps. You know, what is the point of a day-night sensor? You know, at the moment I've got my day-night sensor to unlock all the doors in the city. You know, because
Yeah.
there's nothing else to use it for. You know, when I want glowstone lamps to come on and light up the city at night and do a skyscraper, so when it turns to night, some of the windows come on.
Mhm.
And at the moment, you can't do that too easily.
Yeah. Well, moving on, the Xbox Minecraft retail disc has been delayed. Is other news. I know you guys don't have it over there in Europe, but over here it's quite a big deal.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea being able to buy it on disc. If people don't have the ability to buy off the arcade, I'm surprised that they haven't done it sooner. But at the end of the day, if you buy it on disc and you don't have online, then you're going to be stuck with that version of Minecraft for forever.
Yeah. The new console that's come out recently, the Aoya. Are you familiar with it? It's an Android-run console for like apps, games, and stuff like that.
Right?
And it seems to have that somebody has opened it up and actually checked at the hardware and the tech inside of it, and it seems to be that it is a decade old. Like, there's no new tech in there. It's all stuff that has been capable since 10 years ago. So,
Well, yeah, I pretty much guarantee that would be the case. I mean, it's a cheap console.
yeah,
And it
it's
runs
about
up.
$100 over here.
Yeah, I mean, why would Android make a high-powered game? I mean, they're Android games. You can get them on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
There's no point putting 4 gig of RAM in and a multi-core whatever. There's just no point to it when they're not going to have intensive games on there. You know, it's a console that costs 60 quid over here. You know, it's like, for 60 quid, I'm not expecting it to last 4 months, you know, let alone being able to play good games.
Yeah, and I believe the point of actually getting those Android games on your phones or on your mobile equipment and stuff is that way you can play, like, if you're on a long car ride or train ride or something. That's the point of it. You don't want to sit at home and play on your Aoya when you have an Xbox or something like that.
Exactly, you know, and I think something like the Hour would be perfect for going on holiday. You know, you hate it when your mum drags you out on holiday to some silly stinking caravan place, where something like the Hour you can plug in via component leads into a big little portable TV in the caravan, and you can sit in the caravan and play some games. And I think that's what is a good market for it.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as a hardcore gaming console, they know that they're a joke. You know, I've got a game on my BlackBerry here. It was a free one called Pixelated. It gets me stuck on the toilet for hours, man. Literally. I mean, I seize to it. I mean, it's just awful. And I don't want that on console. If that game was on Xbox, I would never have started YouTube. I would never sleep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, so Android and stuff like that have some good games, but yeah, I don't care that if the technology is old.
Yeah.
You know, you can say that with the PlayStation 4 and the new Xbox. You know, that's 1 year, 2 year old PC technology.
Yeah. And if you actually think about it, since how long it takes to develop an Xbox 360 or a PlayStation 3, the tech inside of it is pretty much the same as the Aoya. It's like not specific wise, but it's around 10 years old.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. So it's an interesting thing they've done with the Android console. Moving on to issues with Xbox Live recently. There's been a lot of trouble. I mean, I know I've experienced a ton.
Yeah, we had a lot of trouble with it.
Yeah. Parties, messages, games,
yeah.
anything.
Apparently it was only UK and US that were having the trouble, but it wasn't all of this. I mean, I had a couple of friends up the road that were doing fine with it, and they had no problem.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, I couldn't get on. I couldn't even connect, and I reset my router and everything like this, and thought, oh no, well, I'll check the support, and then I found all sorts of stuff on it, and you were saying about some scary stuff.
I heard that it was being hacked, or it was a failed update or something like that, and I was really worried that was getting hacked because there were some faults on Xbox.com as well where you couldn't access the forums and stuff like that. So obviously it was not just in console, it was also outside towards the company, which got me worried. But I think right now it's all been cleared and it's okay.
Yeah, I think it's all fine. I think people get over exaggerated with certain things, and then more people panic and more people exaggerate, and then it all escalates from there. And the original story was probably nothing like that.
Mhm. And one thing that I experienced, it happened like I was still online while it happened, and my friend Barn texted me and he's like, "Can you get online?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm playing COD right now." He's like, "I can't get online. I can't play any games." And he's telling me how they don't work, and I'm online playing, and then I get off about 10 minutes later, and I try to come back on. I can't play anything. So maybe it was that if you were still online playing a game, that it didn't affect you. Because I was fine for a little bit there.
Yeah, I couldn't get on. I didn't even know until you said that you couldn't get on either, and it sort of calmed me down a little bit.
Yeah. So let's move on to the next gen consoles. Obviously, me and you are most interested in the Xbox 720, which is a horrid name. Good lord. I'd never liked the thought of that. But apparently it is to have built-in 3D technology where you can see your TV and everything, but you don't need glasses for it. So that's interesting. I mean, I'm not into 3D gaming at all. My brothers have a 3DS, and I can't stand watching them play.
No.
Not only because it's just tiny, but it just looks not good, like at all.
3D in the cinema is great.
Mm-hmm.
But 3D is only as good as the size of your TV. If you've got a 20-inch or 21-inch TV, then there is only 21 inches of 3D-ness you can have. So if you sit 10 foot away from a 21-inch screen, then it's not going to appear that 3D. I mean, you're going to get a little bit of depth, but you're not going to get too much. But then if you're 10 foot away of a 54-inch screen, then it's going to look a lot better. You know, because the what's it like called? Just the 3D-ness of it will sort of surround you a little bit more. So 3D is a really good idea, and I think it'll be really cool when it comes into games properly. But there's a lot of flaws that they need to get over. For example, my TV is actually about 2 foot above my head height. So I actually look slightly up at my TV because I sit on a couch when I play. And
yeah, it would have to be directed towards you.
Yeah, and for it to do that, I would have to be perfectly in line with the TV.
Mm-hmm. And I assume that the only way they'd be able to do that is by putting something in your controller where it can like sense where you are in the room.
Yeah, but then I suppose it could be possible. Thinking a little bit about it, but I don't know. You know, I think that 3D should be kept to commercial, where it looks great at the moment and where it's doing really well. I think if they bring it out for retail purposes and for residential purposes, I think it's going to destroy the magic that you get off a good 3D film.
Mm-hmm. And another thing with that is game designers and such would have to design specifically like a 3D type of game, because otherwise, if you're playing, let's say, Far Cry, if someone throws a grenade at you, you're not going to see it come out of the screen unless they design it specifically to do that. And
Exactly, yeah. You can play Black Ops 2 with 3D, can't you?
yes, you can. I looked into the settings on that, but of course you need a 3D TV and glasses for that.
Yeah.
And of course those are very expensive. I'm not sure if the 720 you will need a 3D TV.
No.
But
Guaranteed.
you don't think so?
No. It'll be 3D compatible, or they'll probably call it 3D ready. But no, it won't be a must have 3D TV to it. They might as well just shoot themselves in the foot with it.
They are doing a lot of interesting things with the 720, such as the always online thing I was talking about earlier. It's not always a great idea due to the Microsoft issues and examples such as what's happening with EA and SimCity. It's an interesting thing, but you got to think about it. Everything nowadays is always online, so I don't really see what the issue is. I mean, your phone, people are always online, and if they can get it like that, I mean, there shouldn't be too much of an issue like everyone is complaining about.
Yeah, I don't see much trouble with the console always having to be online for purposes such as monitoring cheaters and hackers and stuff like that. And I see, then having the whole console online would be a great idea. But then you get into invasion of privacy and stuff like that. But I don't think that it's really necessary for a console to have to be always online just to play. I mean, there's many times where my internet goes down here, my internet provider at the exchange, something goes wrong. We've still got power here, and I can just chill out offline on the Xbox. You know, I don't want to have to go and read a book. You know,
yeah, it's another
when my
thing.
internet
If
goes
the internet
down.
does go down, it could get bad. That's a huge complaint.
Yeah, for sure.
So another thing about the 720, it may be interactive with your cable box. I'm not sure how it is over there in the UK if you guys have cable boxes.
It depends where you are. You can get cables some places here, not too often. But yeah, it is available over here.
I assume all it would do is it would make it able to watch TV and such just for entertainment purposes. That's the only reason why it would be interactive.
Well, you can already sort of do it with, or you can do it with Sky, can't you?
With what?
You can watch Sky through your Xbox, can't you?
Sky?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite familiar with it.
Oh, you don't
check it out.
You don't have Sky over there?
No.
Right, Sky is like cable TV, but it's not cables.
Is it satellite?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have satellites over here, but we have like direct TV and
right.
stuff like that.
The biggest company over here is called Sky, and you get like a little Sky box, which looks like a DVD player or a slightly larger Freeview box. It looks like, and it just gives you like 1,000 channels and stuff like that.
Yeah, we have similar stuff to that.
Yeah, but I think you can watch Sky through your Xbox, or at least I think you could at one point, because you could watch all the football games over here on your Xbox, and if you were in a party chat, then you would be at like a football stadium, and all the avatars of all your friends in the game would be on the seats and stuff like that, and then in front of you would be a TV screen watching the real football streaming through your Xbox. Yeah, you know, I couldn't really see too much point in it, because all I'd have to do is go onto the correct channel on the TV and I could have it full screen instead of watching it with a load of avatars around it. But
yeah.
It's something. It was a niche thing, I think. I don't know if it's still available. I know there's still a Sky app that you can get for it, but I don't know if it's all the same.
It'd be interesting to see what they could put together that would be somewhat unique, different from the Apple TV and other such things in the 720. So, last topic of the day, most anticipated games of 2013. Give me your top 3 and why you pick them.
Okay, you've got that. Well, I think Elder Scrolls for the... Well, are you talking about console games or are you talking about any game?
Anything.
Anything. Well, if it does come out next year, then we've got the Elder Scrolls Online.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got the... what's it called? Jesus Christ, that... Not Watch Dogs, what's it called? Is it called Watch Dogs?
Watch Dogs. If you're talking about the one that's based in Chicago and it's like information warfare, it's Watch Dogs.
Yeah, that's it. That looks sick.
Yeah, it does.
And then probably for me, Minecraft for the 720.
Oh yeah.
You know,
that'll be interesting.
More powerful, maybe. Maybe we don't get too deep into this because this is a big subject, but maybe infinite maps, or at least enlarged maps.
That's what I've heard.
Because the performance is better. But I don't know, and I certainly am going to be very disappointed if I have to pay out again to get the same game.
Mm-hmm. It also may come out for the PS4 as well. I mean, their contract with Microsoft is over, so they could pretty much do whatever they want.
Yeah, Microsoft usually renews them anyway. Microsoft's got enough money to renew them. Well, they've got infinite money, haven't they? They've got fucking 40 quid off every single poor sucker that has online.
Yeah. So I actually have one of the same ones as you is Watch Dogs. That looks amazing.
Yeah.
Open world. It reminds me of a futuristic type Grand Theft Auto without the whole drug deal thing.
Who's it made by?
It's Ubisoft.
Cool.
Yeah, it seems real nice. That's definitely a game I'm picking up.
Yeah.
Another game is, I might get a lot of hate of this, I'm actually looking forward to the next Call of Duty. I know it's the same game every year, but if the rumors are true, I am definitely looking forward to it. Even though it's supposed to be next gen only, they're adding a lot of new things to it. I assume they're going to change their engine finally, because of all the new stuff that they're adding into it, like such as rolling around while you're in prone, or sliding, instead of the dolphin dive, you can slide. That actually looks real interesting.
Yeah.
And the other one would probably be Dead Island Riptide. The reason why I say that is because I've not seen a good zombies game out for a console in quite a while, and I have really high expectations. I believe that they've noticed what they did wrong with the first one, and I believe that they will change that in the next one.
Yeah.
It'll definitely be some fun co-op.
Yeah, for sure. It looks great for co-op. Those sort of games are built for co-op. They're not built for single player, you know. They're definitely a lot funner when you've got a friend with you.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe a few friends.
Or a few friends.
We'll group out and wreck some zombies.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Well, we've run out of time for today, but thank you guys so much for watching.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching. That's been great.
We'll live stream this if it does become popular enough. So if you guys do like it, please leave a like in the description. And
leave a like in the description, hey?
Yeah. Not in the description.
Don't put like in the description.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys will be capable of that. Below the description, then just press that fancy little thumbs up button right there.
It takes 0.3 seconds, guys. It's not much of your time. So yeah, and leave a comment if you do have any questions that you want us to answer in the next GamesCast. Then put them in the comment section below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to both of us there. Both of our channels will be in the description below. And my question to you guys is, what is your most anticipated game of this year or next year? So if you've got a game that you want to come out and that you're looking forward to come out, Put it in the comment section below and tell us why. So we shall see you guys next time. Say bye, highlights.
Bye.
Bye.